So, welcome to Monday Motivation. Today, we'll talk about managing chronic stress, a steady path to renewal. So, hello, friends, and I welcome you here. I'm so glad that you could join me today, whether you're joining live or catching the replay here in our Facebook group or on YouTube. Know that this time is for you to reflect, to learn, and hopefully feel a bit more empowered on your healing journey. That's why I do this every week, just to give you some ideas of things that you can utilize to help yourself. I certainly don't know it all. I'm still healing myself. We're all healing, whether that's 5 years or 10 years, we're still on a healing journey. That's what life is all about. My name is Terry Stirk, and if we haven't met previously, I am a wellness coach and an author. I am here today to offer you information, training, and inspiration to help you on your healing journey. I want to have an honest conversation about something that so many of us carry quietly, and that is chronic stress. If you're watching this, chances are you're tired of feeling like stress is in control, tired of running on empty, tired of pushing through every day and still feeling like you're not gaining, that you're not seeing relief from chronic stress. I've walked that road myself, and in my book, Nurture Emotional Well-Being for Women, I share the tools and perspectives that helped me and have helped other women. The book isn't all about me. There's many stories in there. So these are things that helped all of us find steadier ground. So today I'll walk you through some practical ways to manage chronic stress so you can reclaim your energy and your peace of mind. Let's start by defining what is chronic stress. This isn't just the occasional pressure before a deadline or an adrenaline rush when something goes wrong. Chronic stress is a persistent state of tension when your mind and body are constantly on alert. You're waiting for the next thing to happen. Over time, this can show up in surprising ways. Trouble sleeping, digestive issues, anxiety or irritability, difficulty concentrating, feeling numb or detached. I know what all that feels like because I've felt it myself. And here's the hard truth. Chronic stress doesn't just disappear on its own. It requires deliberate care and consistent practice to shift. If this sounds familiar, please know that you're not failing. You're reacting normally to prolonged stress, which is common, often expected during a lengthy illness like breast cancer or after a traumatic experience or following a series of demanding events. Recognizing this is the first step toward taking action. In Nurture Emotional Well-Being for Women, I described my own story of chronic stress, including a toxic work environment and family conflict, elderly parents, cancer diagnosis, job loss, and the death of my parents and a close friend with metastatic breast cancer. The list goes on and on. I describe all of that in my book so that you can understand what I mean by a series of events. In the book, I talk about what I call the 3 foundations for managing chronic stress. The first is awareness. You can't change what happened without recognizing it. You can't change your response to what happened without first recognizing the impact to you. So take time to notice. Things to look for are triggers, the triggers that create stress. For many, stress can arise from a variety of sources. Common triggers include daily life, like deadlines, getting up in the morning and getting ready for work and getting to work, taking care of kids, financial pressures, family dynamics, personal relationships. Then you add on a cancer diagnosis, unexpected loss, or other traumatic events. And often it's this cumulative effect of all these pressures that can lead to feelings of overwhelm and to chronic stress. So how does it show up in your body? That's another question to ask yourself when to find awareness that you're impacted by stress. Stress can manifest physically in numerous ways. Some people experience headaches, muscle tension, fatigue. Others might notice changes in their appetite or sleep patterns. Take, for example, someone who finds themselves clenching their jaw or feeling a tightness in their chest or their shoulders during a stressful situation. These are not just psychological responses, but genuine physical reactions that signal how deeply stressed we are. And it shows us how stress can affect our own well-being. So what thoughts fuel the tension? Our thoughts during stressful moments can amplify feelings of anxiety and of pressure that we feel. Ruminating over potential failures or dwelling on past mistakes, or even being concerned about the future, can create a cycle of negative thinking, and that escalates stress. For example, some might think, I can't handle this, which only makes the situation feel worse. So by recognizing your thoughts, you can be more aware and then challenging those thoughts, because chances are they aren't all valid. It's possible to break the cycle and regain a sense of calm. So journaling is one way to be aware of patterns. And it's a simple way because you can just spend 10 minutes a day writing down how you felt that day. What patterns are you seeing? And so over time, even if it's just a week, you'll see things that caused you angst or difficulty. So try that, and that can help you be more aware of how your body is feeling physically and emotionally. The second foundation is regulation. And this is when you're stuck in survival mode. Your nervous system needs signals that you are safe. So a way to regulate stress is to try slow, steady breathing. And we've talked about breathing many times before, but you inhale, like that box breathing that we've done, you inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 6. Let's try that right now. A deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take deep breaths when you need to regulate your own internal nervous system, as they will immediately, deep breaths will immediately lower your blood pressure and you'll feel calmer right away. Another way is to take a walk outdoors without your phone, just you and your senses. Getting back to nature is so healing. We are made to be outside in the beauty of the world. I took a long walk today with a friend, so I got um, lots of talk, good talk with a good friend, but also great exercise. And I got to look at the beautiful blue sky and the green grass, the rocks, and everything around me. Using grounding techniques while you walk is very helpful, like naming 5 things that you can see, hear, feel, taste, touch, all of it. Numerous other wellness modalities are so helpful to regulate and manage stress. They're proven that they work. Journaling, I'll bring that up again. This is so helpful because when you're writing down your thoughts, you can honor gratitude in your life too. You're not just focusing on the negative or the issue at hand that you're dealing with. Also, feeding your spirit with goodness and faith is a better, faith in better times ahead. Also, take care of your body with healthy foods and movement. Taking care of our bodies helps us get out of our heads. When we feel better in our bodies, then we are emotionally better to manage our stress. The problem is sometimes when we're stressed is when we don't eat healthy. That's when we're grabbing salty things or sweet things because it makes us feel better. Or we self-medicate with things that aren't good for us, like alcohol. But these small practices really do interrupt the stress cycle. They signal to our nervous system that we're safe, and that helps our bodies to calm down. The third foundation is restoration. When we have long-term stress, which all of us have had, it drains our reserves. We have low energy. But to heal, you need intentional rest, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So protect your sleep. It's a non-negotiable. Deep sleep heals your body. It helps us restore, especially when we're going through medical procedures, with our treatments or surgery. Sleep helps our bodies to restore and heal. So if you're a doer or a planner or a task manager like me, be careful not to save all that planning for bedtime. It's a good idea, if you're that kind of person, to finish your day, meaning, right before dinner time. Finish your day with your planning. Maybe you're creating a to-do list for the next day. Or you're working on your journal. How did I feel today? What happened today? What did I do with my time today? What will I do differently tomorrow? Doing those sorts of using your brain and writing down things and planning for tomorrow, a good time to do that is early evening, right before dinner. Choose uplifting content and relationships that replenish you, replenish your spirit. Turn off the news and sit quietly with a good book. Something that's positive, maybe something you're learning from, or it's just entertainment. Give yourself permission to say no and never feel guilty. If you have a free day, you don't have any commitments or anybody you have to be accountable to, don't give that up. If someone invites you to do something that day, it's okay to say no. You are busy. You're busy not being busy. That's okay. Say no without guilt. It may feel countercultural because we're always busy. We're always running. We're always taking care of other people. But caring for yourself this way isn't selfish. Our body and our minds need time for rest. So rest is essential. And rest during the day is just sitting and being. Maybe you flip through a magazine or you're reading a book, but that period of rest helps calm your nervous system. So give yourself permission for rest. There are many healing modalities that help manage stress. So I will do a future live on a lot of those, and we'll just talk about all of them. And maybe you have some ideas yourself. I'd love to hear what they are. One of the most powerful lessons in the book is learning to reframe your mindset. And this we talked about a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to go back to that video, it can also help settle your nervous system and manage stress. So what I mean by that is, so instead of thinking I'm weak, I'm stressed, I can't get through this, I can't handle one more thing, why is everything so hard? Try asking yourself, what do I need to do right now to feel supported? Instead of dwelling on everything that's going wrong, think, what do I need to do right now to support myself or to ask someone else to support me? That can help relieve overwhelm. Instead of, I have to do everything so perfectly, I have a lot to do and I'm not getting it done. Instead, ask yourself, what is one thing I need to get done today? What is the most important thing I need to get done today? Sometimes that's just getting in the shower and getting dressed. And that's okay. We don't have to be productive every minute of every day, especially when we're healing. This shift in self-talk can lower stress all by itself. It takes time to unlearn old ways of thinking, but it's certainly possible. Oftentimes, chronic stress needs more than just self-care, more than just reading my book. If you find that your health is suffering, you're getting lack of sleep, you feel hopeless most days, you can't break free of your overwhelm, you just dwell on it, it may be time to connect with a counselor or a coach or another healthcare provider. Asking for help is never shameful. It's a sign of strength and wisdom. It's knowing I can feel better. So I want to give you some encouragement. I want you to remember this. You are not alone. You are not stuck forever. We all deal with chronic stress. And it can feel like a heavy blanket that you can't shake off. But with steady steps, awareness, regulation, having the tools to know how to handle it and manage it, restoration. If you have those three foundations, you can manage your stress so much better. I know I'm not perfect and I still get stressed and worry about things. And if you like more guidance or stories and practices to support your journey, I invite you to explore my book. Many of you have read it already, but if you haven't, I would recommend it highly. It's not going to solve your stress problems, but it's going to help you understand how to nourish yourself so that you can maintain a healthy well-being. You can find it on Amazon. I'll put the link for you. The ebook is very inexpensive. This book, I actually have a supply. I can send out a copy for $15, postage paid, and signed. So if you'd like that, just let me know. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. If you found this helpful, please like and share and leave a comment below. I do plan to talk about ways we can restore ourselves and all the healing modalities. I touched on some of them, but we'll go deeper on many of them next week. So take care of yourself. You are worth the effort. It is effort, but you can do it. As always, I'm cheering you on. Have a great day. Goodbye.